viewer asked us this question: how can I retreat from a threat without turning my back on a threat? We'll answer that in just a minute, but first let you know that we have a gun giveaway going on. It's absolutely free, it's happening right now, and it ends really soon. So click the link in the description down below and find out which brand new gun you could win. I continue to tell people that retreat if you can do so safely. I don't want you to turn your back on a loaded gun because certainly you can't outrun a bullet. I want you to move from cover to cover if you're retreating, things like that. And understand that there are ways you can do this that not only protect yourself, but make sure that you are being able to engage this threat if you find out that you have to. I'm going to reach over here and grab the handy dandy yellow gun. And when we're talking about retreating from a threat, item number one is simply moving backwards. We always talk about shooting on the move forward and shooting on the move backwards. If you can move backwards effectively, you can do that. But what I'm going to suggest is that when you're moving in a direction, you pivot and use this arm to guide you. Now I'm still looking at you, but I can feel if there's anything in my way out here. And you have to pay attention when you're walking. Now, you're facing a threat, you're dealing with a threat, but you have decided that you're going to retreat instead of shoot immediately. So if you're going to shoot immediately, we want to use that two-hand grip and get up on target. If you're retreating, I want you to turn, pivot, and move that direction. Now, if I needed to be going another direction, I can transition, maybe shoot with the offhand, but I still want to give something that will guide me as I'm leading, as I'm moving out away from that. If you're unarmed and I don't know, at what speed do you want to retreat? You can retreat with hands up and say, hey, I'm just getting out of here. I'm leaving the area. Leave me alone. I don't want any part of this. You can work on that, but keep your eye on this person so that if the threat continues to escalate, if things get worse, you can take some other sort of action if you don't have your gun with you. If you have your gun out, I want you to be moving quickly, because you having your gun out might inspire this person that they want to start shooting at you, and then you're going to have the legal debate of, was your action really self-defense or did your action escalate the situation? And yes, that debate's coming. Whether or not you like it, those are the questions that prosecutors are going to ask, and investigators are going to be asked to answer for those prosecutors. So the idea of moving, of shooting on the move, of looking for an escape route, certainly get your head on a swivel, know where you're going to go. That's why I always tell people, know the exits. Learn the exits of a room as soon as you walk in there so you know how to get out of any room that you're in. Understand that first. And then if you're going to, I guess, make an armed retreat or have a rear guard sort of action, moving out like that, I really like the idea of keeping the gun in the low ready or even up on the threat while we're using this hand we're looking for where we're going, we're keeping the hand out there, and we're bringing some of our attention back to the threat out there. So that's going to be the best way to retreat from a shooter without turning your back. I don't just want you to turn around and run because you don't know what's going to happen. You can't outrun the bullet, and you need to understand where that threat is in case you need to engage. You're pulled over by the police and you're carrying concealed. Do you need to do anything special in this scenario? Like tell the officer you have a gun. Click this video right next to me and I'll break down that scenario step by step on what you should do.